Okay, what what I want to say today is that there's a lot of people that recently around me. Uh, Girl I used to like when I was a little kid just died recently, and in the last 20 days, three people from work died. You know, they weren't teenagers or anything like that. They weren't even that old. You know, they were older men. No, no. One of them was, I think, 55. The problem is that young people die too. You know, nothing's guaranteed to us. We all are walking on thin ice, so to speak. You know, because it could happen to any of us at any time. So we have to be ready because uh, for whatever reason, you get a heart attack unexpectedly, or you have some problem, you know, um, in your health, or an accident, whatever can take us out at any second, and then we don't resonate with the word of God and what He has been telling us all along, you know, and especially if you heard it, because knowing something and not, or listening to somebody tell you something that's beneficial for you and not resonating with it because of uh, your lack of faith, your lack of belief, you know, belief, faith. It's uh, it's not such a bad thing because God understands that you have to be humble in order to accept what He's telling you. You know, so being humble means you don't believe you're all that. You're all great. You know, we're all dust here. We cannot make anything, like I said before. We can even as something as insignificant to us as a grain of sand. All humanity together cannot create a grain of sand out of nothing. So that's the ego we have. Like we're all, we are intelligent or whatever. Everything that we have was granted to us by God. So we have a problem with that once we're in this physical realm because we don't see where we came from. So our egos mess with our heads and we don't see what's evident. So it's like sometimes like I said, I just got a ticket the other day. This justice, this the criminal justice system. It makes me laugh every time I say, because it's like so blatantly uh um true what they're telling you. This criminal. is just is criminal, you know. Criminal just is, you know. So just is criminal. So, and we don't see it. It should just be justice. What is justice? Making something balanced, you know, just, you know, like you put this, you know, in balance here, right there. That's justice. Go a little bit here, you know, it is tilted. Go a little bit over here, you know, it's tilted the other way. So you just gotta find the balance. Justice, you know. You go way off, you know, then I want to explain what happens, you know. It just falls. So we have to find a balance, justice. And then how can we tell justice? Uh, let's say like I just got a ticket $179, you know. For a poor man, somebody working regular job, that's a lot of money. For a politician who makes a lot of money, that's nothing. So he'll laugh at the cop, you know, say, is that all you got? Give me another ticket, man. Come on, you know. Anyway, they'll just they'll just take it to some of their friends and, you know, dismiss it, erase it, whatever. They are in control. So that's what some people gravitate towards, you know, being in control because they know they're gonna be in control of the society. Most of us are good, honest, hardworking people. Don't gravitate towards that. We just like, you know, we just work and stuff, try to come up with something that we could generate some extra income on or whatever, you know. That's like, but we don't try to rip people off. Generally, typically, not everybody's the same, obviously. But that's what separates us from that type of people, you know, because they like I said, I used to do loss prevention, you know, to catch a lot of people shoplifting, and I was fairly good at it. I liked to get people who were stealing good numbers, you know, like here in Florida is 300 and up is a felony. So I apprehended people who were stealing over $300 every time. So every time you gotta go and do a deposition, you know, in court. My son was little back then. I used to go with him. They knew it. All the security guards and everything. You know, when you have to go to the state attorney's office or, you know, defense attorneys or court, whatever, you have to go with your little baby, you know, because you have to continue with your regular life. And they were like, "Oh, David, you know, hey." So it was kind of crazy, but that's the way it happened. So, but then you go there and then you see these people, you know, and then they get in big trouble. I put a lot of people in horrible situations, and then you see. And once I got a little sick of it, you know. I got bored of the whole going to court, all that stuff. Guy, the my immediate supervisor trying to get me to get more and more and more and more because he was looking good every time I capture people. Now he's out of the job. I don't even know where he is, but you know, And I don't hold a grudge against him. He's he's just a human being like any of us. It's like uh, I forgive him. He's not. I gotta give him a call actually. See how he's doing. And because he was cool with me when I was doing what he wanted me to do. And once I, kind of felt, a little weird about what I was doing, then he got a little, crazy with me. And that's why I left that particular position. And it worked out for the best. I don't miss it, And then I moved on to a different department in the store where I work because it's huge, and then I started noticing some illegal activities going there. Went to reported it to the authorities, and they told me they connected me to some people working for the company. Turns out they didn't do shit about it because everybody's in cahoots with the whole shit. And big name company in cahoots with the big name company where I work, and then in cahoots with the government. So everybody, has dirty diapers around. The turns out the cleanest people around were the people that I was capturing when I was doing loss prevention. Asset protection they call it here. So catching crooks, risking my life because anybody could just turn around at any moment with a gun and point it at me and say goodbye, fella. Boom. I had no weapon. I had no nothing. I couldn't even use handcuffs to arrest people. Had to wrestle with them a couple times. So and they don't even allow you to do that. They're like, oh no, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, because they clean themselves up of all the dirt they want to, or they want you or expect you to do. So but then you have to do it because it's your job. How you gonna get people if you don't have to uh, wrestle with them a couple times? Yeah, so it's just a given. Yeah, that's expected of you. But they clean themselves up. But we never told you to do it. We never told you to go and wrestle. We told you to let him go. Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna get any stats with that shit. I had to, go be a little tough sometimes. Not that I was violent or uh, try to abide by my common sense and the rules. Which is they're obviously um, common sense. They have to try to align you to that, but they don't really care if you punch a guy in the face. It's your call, you know. But it's better for you to listen to what they're telling you, even though it's a lie. They don't really expect you to obey them, but they have to tell you in order for them to be clean or clear of any consequences. That you incur into because of your job or description. Yeah, because especially thankfully I was in a good area, which still that doesn't mean anything because you could still get bad people in a good area. But I know it's way rougher. Like I trained some guys going into some other areas, and they asked them to get uh, insane numbers of apprehensions. I was like, man, you're not gonna get that. It's like that's insane. You're not gonna get that many people stealing in a store. And then when I talked to them, they said, you know what? Here, you get that many people. It's crazy here. It's and then But I told them, don't go crazy. I advise them to be careful and always have all their elements to be able to perform that job correctly, and responsibly, for their own sake, not for sake of anyone else, the company or anybody. It's just for the following the rules, and the rules are there for a reason, either for them to clean themselves up from any responsibility, but also in order for you to make sure you don't go overboard, with the stuff you're doing. So whatever, it works both ways. But I say the real criminals sitting in the office, sitting in high places. They collect the big money. Uh, Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars going through that place in illegal activities. So I'm gonna say thousands. I should say millions. Let's just say millions of dollars. I'm not gonna say millions, even though I said it, but I'm not gonna say it officially. But yeah, it's and then you see all these little people, going and stealing televisions, computers. That's a lot of money. That's not a lot of money, man. You're diluted. That's not a lot of money. That's bullshit money. The real crooks are not stealing that little shit. They steal a lot of money, So, and they don't go to jail because they buy the whole thing. So, in this world, there's no justice. You know, the whole thing is tilted. In their favor. So don't expect to get justice in this world. Justice comes from God, and your faith counts as justice for God. What is the plan of God? Look around you. Don't listen to me. Look around you. Who controls the Federal Reserve of the United States, the most powerful country in the world? Like when Jesus was tempted, the devil offered him all the kingdoms of the world. Who has it now? You know, who has it now? Think about it. That Jesus didn't negate or told him, you're lying. You don't have access to all the kingdoms of the world. So that means the devil does have access, and the control, and he gives it to whoever he wants. So who has it now? What political system has it now? They're in control of what? Why? It's it's a puzzle. You have to, think about what's going on in here in this world. I'm not here to denounce whatever happened at work or whatever. I don't really care. That's just an example of how things work in this life. It's unjust. It's not this world is not even. God is even, because God has knowledge of every single cell in your body. Every single hair in your head is counted. So God knows exactly what's going on in your heart. So you can't fool God. So, and like I will always say about, the matrix of reality and stuff. This is a fallen state. This reality is not how God made it to be. It's like we're in a, you know, picture we're in a living room, large living room, a bunch of pieces of furniture, and then we get flooded by um, you know, garbage, dirty water, whatever, the sword, storage, and in order to move around, let's say you stay in a piece of furniture and you're clean, but you need to go get some food or whatever to the table, so you have to put your feet on the ground, you know, from where you're standing to that place. So you have to get dirty. So that's our nature here. We're not perfect because we have to put our feet on this dirty water, which is the current state of the world in which we live. So we're never gonna be clean. We're always gonna be dirty because of the place where we are, the matrix where we are. It's dirty. So imagine you stay clean. You say, yeah, I'm not gonna go there to get some food because I don't want to get dirty, right? But then someone else jumps out of their piece of furniture. Like let's say that there's a bunch of people on pieces of furniture that need to go to the table to get some food, but you don't want to move because you don't want to be dirty. And sink your feet into the dirty water. But someone else jumps out and they start splashing water, you know, and then they get you dirty even though you're not in the water. You don't put your feet in it, so we're in this reality. Or somebody just being evil and splashing water on you, they're gonna get you dirty because you just in that environment, and that's where we live now, so we have to try to have the mercy of God to get us out of this matrix I told you before. Where the key, this is the key right here. Okay, take the key, get out of the matrix. This is a bad matrix. We need to go to the new one, the new earth, in which nothing dies, nothing makes you dirty. I don't know how it works. Never been there, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned. But um, that's the plan of God for all of us to get clean. Go to another matrix. We're in a fallen state. We're in a dirty matrix that's polluted, corrupted, dirty, evil, bad. It's sad. Things die. They've been dying all around me lately, and I'm not the most technically savvy person that you're gonna hear around, and I don't have a big um, I don't have a lot of videos around to show you or make you interested in it. But I'm just speaking from my heart, and I hope that's enough for you. Thank you. God bless you all.